Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, dear student. Hopefully, you all will be so nice. Today, again, we are going to discuss question number 5 from the Prophet life in Mecca, and it is also very important question in the syllabus. The question is, write an account about the persecution of the early Muslim community. And it is also said, write an account about the persecution of the companions of the Holy Prophet or followers of the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him. So this is also a very important question. And remember, dear student, if this question is asked by the examiner, then we do not need to say about the persecution of the Holy Prophet in this answer. We only focus over the persecution on the Holy Prophet companions. Okay? So when the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, started preaching openly in the public and Islam was introduced in the Mecca, and so many unbelievers, they went against the Holy Prophet and his followers as well as. And as the poor and the slaves were in a great number who were accepting Islam, that is why they were also persecuted too much. We need to write the important name of the persecutors from the Quraysh Makkah, including Abu Jahl, Abu Lahab, As bin Wa'il, Abu Sufyan, Uqba bin Abi Mu'ayt, and many other people, even Utbah and Shayba and Walid bin Mughira as well as. So this will be mentioned in the answer in the very beginning. So these people persecuting the companions of the Holy Prophet in a very dangerous way. There are so many companions also lost their lives in the early stage of Islam as well as. If we will say about Hazrat Bilal radiallahu ta'ala anhu, you know Bilal is also among the earlier converted to Islam. Hazrat Bilal was the slave of Umayyah bin Khalaf, who was among the chief and very powerful person of the Quraysh Makkah. When Umayyah bin Khalaf came to know about the acceptance of Islam of Hazrat Bilal, then he started persecuting Hazrat Bilal. In the very beginning, it was not a hard, but with the passage of time, he was so hard and so severe punishment was given to Hazrat Bilal radiallahu ta'ala anhu. It is said that Hazrat Bilal radiallahu ta'ala anhu was laid down on the hard and scorchy surface of the desert, and the heavy stone was put on the chest of Hazrat Bilal radiallahu ta'ala anhu so that he could not move his body. Then Umayyah bin Khalaf, with the help of other slaves as well as, they used to put the stripes over the body of Hazrat Bilal radiallahu ta'ala anhu. He used to force Hazrat Bilal to leave Islam. But Hazrat Bilal gave one answer, Ahad, Ahad, Allah is one, Allah is one. When Umayyah bin Khalaf heard these words, he became more furious and he started more persecuting Hazrat Bilal radiallahu ta'ala anhu. Even he used to drag Hazrat Bilal on the surface of the desert, so Hazrat Bilal injured a lot. So this was not a story of one day, beta. This is the story of a long, you can say, the time. Hazrat Bilal was daily persecuting, and it was a daily practice by Umayyah bin Khalaf. Finally, once Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq passed through the desert and he saw this miserable condition of Hazrat Bilal, and then he bought Bilal from Umayyah bin Khalaf against about 4,000. And some scholars said that Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq exchanged Hazrat Bilal with another slave of Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq who was still unbeliever, and Hazrat Bilal was a Muslim. So in this way Hazrat Bilal got his freedom, and then he came to the Holy Prophet and lived forever with the Holy Prophet. Then very most important, another companion was Hazrat Khubab bin Art radiallahu ta'ala anhu. He was the slave of Anmar. She was a lady and she was so against Islam as well as. When Anmar came to know that Khubab bin Art accepted Islam, who was actually the blacksmith and carpenter as well as, then Anmar, with the help of other Quraysh Makkah, she used to put Hazrat Khubab on the burning coals, and also put heavy stones on his chest so that he could not change his body. The burning coals become cool and become cool with the fat and with the blood of Hazrat Khubab radiallahu ta'ala anhu, and she used to force Hazrat Khubab to leave Islam, but Hazrat Khubab radiallahu ta'ala anhu was steadfast, and he was also given freedom by Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu. There was another poor family, including Hazrat Ammar, his father Hazrat Yasir, and Hazrat Sumayya radiallahu ta'ala anhu. This was a poor family of the Quraysh in Makkah. And when this family accepted Islam, then Abu Jahl and other chief of the Quraysh, they arrested them and they tied them on the surface and laid them down on the surface of earth in front of the Holy Kaaba. And the Quraysh of Makkah used to beat them with the stripes of the leather, and they also put the heavy stone. They kept them in the sun all the day, and they also kept them hungry and thirsty and never give them food but a little bit. It was also daily practice of the Quraysh of Makkah over these poor and innocent Muslims. But all of the three companions of the Holy Prophet, they were very steadfast in Islam. They never left Islam. They faced all the hardships and persecution, and they were very determined. Abu Jahl was torturing Hazrat Sumayya radiallahu ta'ala anha, and it is said that Hazrat Sumayya called Abu Jahl near to her. When Abu Jahl came near to Hazrat Sumayya radiallahu ta'ala anha, then she split in the mouth, on the mouth of Abu Jahl, and she became so angry, and then he took a spear, and then he put the spear in the belly of Hazrat Sumayya radiallahu ta'ala anha. Then she got also the Shahada. She was the first martyr in the religion of Islam, and first woman as well as. And after some days, Hazrat Yasir, who was also an old man, he also passed away because of the injuries given by the Quraysh of Makkah. And along with these companions, there were Hazrat Abu Zar Ghafari radiallahu ta'ala anhu, who belonged to the tribe of Ghaffar. When he accepted Islam, then he announced his Islam openly in front of the Kaaba among the Quraysh of Makkah. So they became so angry, and they started beating with the kicks and with the punches to Hazrat Abu Zar Ghafari, and he was shed in blood, and the people then saved him from this attack of the Quraysh of Makkah. And he went to the Holy Prophet and said to the Holy Prophet, "O Prophet of Allah, I announced my Islam among the Quraysh of Makkah, and they tortured me in such extent." The Prophet said, "Abu Zar Ghafari, you need to be very quiet and silent about your Islam." He said, "Prophet of Allah, when I accept Islam, then why I hide my Islam?" So again he went to the Holy Kaaba, and again he announced Islam openly, and then again the people of Makkah kicked and punched Hazrat Abu Zar Ghafari family. He was sent back to his tribe. So in this way, the people of Makkah used to torture the Muslim. They were not only the poor and slaves were tortured, but the rich and respectable Muslim were also tortured, like Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu. He was a very honorable man among the Quraysh of Makkah, but he was beaten in such extent that he was unconscious while he was saving the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, from the attack of the Quraysh of Makkah. Likewise, Hazrat Usman, Hazrat Talha, Hazrat Zubair, they were also locked inside the rooms, and the smoke were choked inside the room, and because of the smoke, they felt the suffocation, and the family forced them to leave Islam. But Hazrat Usman, Hazrat Talha, Hazrat Zubair, they were steadfast in their religion. When the persecution were unbearable, then the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, decided to save the life of his companions. So he ﷺ allowed them to leave Makkah for Abyssinia. So some of the Muslims went over there and they saved their life, and later on they also went to Medina as well as. The poor Muslim also faced a social economical boycott, which was held by the people of Makkah against the family of Banu Hashim. So these Muslims were also very determined in the Islam. They never left Islam, and they never left the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him. So dear students, these were the short stories of these Muslims. There was another Muslim lady, Hazrat Zunaira radiallahu ta'ala anha. She was a slave of Abu Jahl. Zunaira from the Persian slave. And when Zunaira accepted Islam, then Abu Jahl used to torture her and used to beat her for a number of times. Once Abu Jahl hit her head with a wooden roll. Because of head injury, Hazrat Zunaira radiallahu ta'ala anha lost her eyesight, and because of this Abu Jahl used to taunt Hazrat Zunaira that because of Lat and Manat, they were their gods, your eyesight has been you have lost your eyesight. But Hazrat Zunaira radiallahu ta'ala anha said, no, not Lat and Manat has taken my sight, but it is just test of my Allah. So one night she cried and she prayed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to restore her eyes. So in the morning she get back her eyes. So in this video, student Hazrat Zunaira also bought by Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq, and she was get freedom from Abu Jahl, and then she came to the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him. There is a long list of the companion who used to persecute by the people of Makkah. So we can write all this account in this way. Hopefully you have got all these points. So by the end of this lecture, I have to ask some questions from you all. Can you tell me who was the slave of Hazrat Zunaira radiallahu ta'ala anha? Number 2, which companion was tortured by Anmar? Okay, and then the third question, who was the master of Hazrat Bilal radiallahu ta'ala anhu? So before we close our lecture, the key points of this lecture, that first of all you mentioned the persecutors. Okay, main persecutor, then the list of all the companions and the master of the companions who were persecuting them, and the way of the persecution, and then their migration to Abyssinia as well as to Medina, as well as to save their life. So inshallah, see you in another video.